Okay, welcome back to Shifting Views with Willis. Today we're talking digital. Rob, this is the buzzword of the century, probably, do you reckon?
Well, I guess this century, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, digital, if you talk about anything to do with innovation in our world, naturally the go-to word is digital. But what does it even mean? It seems to be a term that's used so frequently to describe everything. But from our point of view, digital's a great tool, but it doesn't mean everything has to be digital.
No, exactly. I mean, obviously everybody wants to be part of the new thing, and everyone's got a mobile phone, and digital technology is applying to every element of business, not just the products and services we deliver, but also the way we do business and the way where we organise ourselves. So it's clear, obviously people are looking at it, but it's become like a big thing, hasn't it? Primarily, I would say, because the most valuable companies in the world are all digital. Meta, Apple, Alphabet, they're all digital companies, aren't they? And we all want a slice of that action. So traditional businesses are figuring out how to be more digital.
I think it's this way of managing it, isn't it? Because, I mean, we say all the time to our clients, like, everything can be digital. If you wanted to, you could make, your banana digital. If you wanted to, you can make anything digital with the stuff that we've got and connect it to the internet and make it do all sorts of cool things. But where does that add value? Why would you want to do that? How is that beneficial to the user or to the company, whatever it is you're trying to do? So really, this is a balance of embracing the power of digital and the capability it gives you, but not using it for the sake of using it.
Yeah, exactly. And I would imagine most organisations who are going for a digital transformation, particularly if you're in marketing or R&D or something, or someone responsible for changing the product, they're just trying to figure out how to shoehorn digital into what they do because it's cool, it's a new toy, it's giving them new skills, etc. But for me, and I know for you, because we're concurrent on this, but you should only really use digital where it offers meaningful benefits to a customer. And that whole idea of an MVP, you can put another M before that. So instead of just minimum viable product, you can put meaningful minimum viable product. Yeah. So as long as you're delivering a customer need or some sort of insight, and digital enables you to do that, then I think it's all good. But if you're just putting it in there for the sake of it, then that's probably not so good.
I think it's jumping on the narrative as well. I mean, as we're speaking today, obviously the big buzzword, the big term is AI, artificial intelligence, and that's all we hear about now, And it sends companies into a bit of a tiz, really, doesn't it? But actually, in terms of how it can benefit most companies right now, it's probably quite limited in how they can use it. The capability of what AI can do is definitely vast, and the future of it is, I mean, it's probably unimaginable. It's kind of the same as when the internet really came to the front. It was just unimaginable what it could do, and now it's just transformed the world. I think it would be good for businesses to be conscious and aware of what's going on and making sure they're getting the stimulus, the insight, the knowledge of what's going on out there in the world, but not feeling that they need to apply it to what they already do without any kind of real data that says it adds any value to them.
No, I mean, you're collecting the same information from your customers and consumers around their insights and their needs and their wants and desires, their emotional needs, all of that kind of good stuff. And then it's up to you to figure out the best way of delivering that. And if it's a classic old analog product or a face-to-face service, then sure do that. If it's digital, then equally do that. Or if it's a hybrid model, because, like the NHS is a classic example in the UK, isn't it, where digital appointments, I mean, kind of driven by COVID, even though it should have been driven years before that. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. But fundamentally, if you can deliver services digitally so people don't have to go into the surgery, it can be done more efficiently, then that's great for access and it's great for it saves them money. Yeah. But equally, there should be room for them to go in there face-to-face if it's someone who feels more comfortable doing that, or if it's something that can't be done.
And of course, that's a lot of the complaint, isn't it, from some people, maybe even older generations, where they would say, everything's like contactless or everything's digital. Yeah, I actually quite like going to, speak to the cashier or going to the doctor or whatever. I like that person because we're social creatures, aren't we? Yeah. So it is really about balancing where the value and where it's convenient.
Yeah. I think there's going to be an interesting backlash against digital in some respects as we move forward. Like, I've just got a new phone, and I got it flashed up on my iPhone saying, Facebook has access to all of your photographs. And I was like, okay, I don't want that to happen. Press the button, they've no longer got access to all of my photographs. But for me, the default setting for a lot of this digital stuff is harvesting data. Yeah. And I think people are going to feel a bit of a backlash to that. So obviously doing something digitally in a corporate sense gives us insight into our consumers and insight into their life and data that can help us provide better services and products to them in the future and give us better understanding of them. But I also think there's going to be potentially a bit of a backlash for that in the future. It's a bit kind of like with Google, isn't it? I mean, it's so cynical in the sense of you look at something or you read an article and then you're getting pinged those little memories. And I know, like I'm on the Fender mail list, and they're amazing at it because they send you like a couple of emails a week with the latest guitar or what music gear, whatever it is, and whatever you check on. So if you check on a Telecaster, they'll send you loads of Telecaster stuff the next week. So they've got it down to a fine art, and it makes it really tempting to buy something. Yeah. If Emma's listening to this, I hope I'll say no. But
got a secret account.
Yeah. So you see the value of that stuff, but equally, I feel that's a little bit intrusive. That
they're trying to sort of legislate, aren't they, around kind of managing the internet and digital to an extent where it can't be abused to such a level. Yeah. I think that's going to be almost impossible to do.
Absolutely, it moves too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible, and we know how long it takes the government to legislate on anything. But it moves too quickly, it advances too fast, and I think we have to embrace what it's coming with. What comes with it. I think the point that we try to make, when we always say embrace digital, but don't be digital for the sake of being digital.
Exactly, yeah.
You'd be foolish to ignore the fact that we're in a digital world. You'd be foolish to ignore that. And if you want your company to succeed, the chances are there's elements of digital integration that are going to have to happen, whether that's in the end user point, the product, the customer, processes, the way that you manage the business, your fleet, whatever it is you're doing. Digital is going to play a role because that's the world we're in. But don't try and force these things to try and be cool or try and come up with some new massive innovation. Does it add value is the question you should be asking. Does it improve anything? Does it make anything better? Particularly from your customers, which is probably the most important data. Is the data you're receiving suggesting that some form of digital intervention would make their life better?
Yeah.
Because often some of the things that are the most simple things that annoy us as customers still annoy us as customers, even though the company's brought out lots of new digital apps and stuff like that. It still can't do some of the most basic things that we want it to do.
But the same rules apply to all innovation, don't they?
Yeah.
You need to combine stimulus, i.e. the technical stuff that's possible, with insight, i.e. understanding of your market or customer. So if you're matching technology to what a customer needs, then you're probably doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's fairly simple. Digital is just another tool, another part of our armamentarium of ways of solving customer and market needs.
Yeah. So embrace digital, don't force digital.
Don't overuse it.
Absolutely. All right, nice one. See you next time.
See you.